Hello, I'm Daniel, and welcome to the Emunah Project. We here at the Emunah Project are continuing in our series of videos with respect to information, education, inspiration, guidance, advice, and at the time of this recording, we are in the days of awe between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. Shortly after will be the holiday of Sukkot. I think in Christian Bibles it's called the Festival of Tabernacles, or the Feast of Booths. And in this time of year, I'm reminded of a story of Rav Meir of Premishlaner. And this occurred toward in Succos time, the beginning of Succos. His daughter, his beloved daughter, fell gravely ill. She was on death's door. At the end of Succos, as Simchas Torah, the feast of rejoicing in the Torah, and as was his custom, Rav Meir of Premishlaner danced with the Torah scrolls with great fervor, and did the hakafos, the dancing around the bima, the reading table, danced around the shul with great joy and great happiness. His Hasidim were a little shocked, agog and aghast, as it were, that a man whose daughter in the house nearby was dying was dancing with such jubilation. How could it be? So they cried out to him, Rebbe, please go to your daughter, do something for your daughter. So Rebbe Meir leaves the shul, goes to his house, goes into his daughter's room, and there she is, lying, comatose, near death. And he walks out of the room, and he lifts his arms, and he cries to heaven, Rabbeinu shel olam, Master of the universe, you commanded me, Meir, you commanded Meir to blow the shofar on Rosh Hashanah, and I obeyed. I did as you asked. You asked me, you commanded me to fast on Yom Kippur, and I did. I fasted. You commanded me to dance and be joyous in Simchas Torah, and I did as you asked. You made my daughter ill. Chas v'sholom, she's dying. She's in a coma, lying in her bed. It says in the Talmud that we should accept a harsh decree with joy. There's a Mishnah in Tractate Berachos which says we are to bless God for bad things as just same as we bless him for good things. We're supposed to accept your decrees with joy. But our sages also say that one may not mix one simcha with another. So how can I be joyful at Simchas Torah and also be joyful at the decree that you've handed down for my daughter? How can I serve you properly in both of these circumstances at the same time? You're putting me in an impossible spot. He was praying with great kavanah, with great spiritual intention. And almost immediately, his daughter's fever broke. She began to stir, and he heard her moan and move in the bed. And he knew that his prayers have been heard. This illustrates the profound sincerity of this tzaddik in fulfilling the commandments and fulfilling the mitzvahs and adhering to the words of our sages. He understood that misfortune from God is usually for a specific purpose. Our lack of understanding of the ways of God makes things look bad or look good, things look terrible or wonderful. It's all from our perspective, all from our point of view. But one must bless the Creator for misfortune just as we bless Him for happy occasions, for Simchas. And He did just that. And to the point of equating His celebrating on Simchas Torah with accepting the decree, the gezerah, for his daughter. And because of that sincerity, his bitachon, his trust in God, his faith in God, was rewarded. And I hear stories of this, especially at this time of year when we're in between the date of the recording, between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, and there's a lot of introspection. And I hear these stories, and I try not to feel bad at how far short I fall of this standard, but I use it at the same time as an inspiration to try to be a better person, to try to increase my emunah, my faith, my bitachon, my trust in God. These stories can inspire us. They're not meant to make us feel bad. They're meant to make us feel good. We'll be doing more of these. Please come back. Please watch. Please learn. And until then, on behalf of the Emunah Project, I'm Daniel, and thank you so much.